from me. No. Oh well. Oh no. Oh well. No. Points. Oh. Wait, I don't need to do this. I want to do it. Secret room. Saison, Chandelier Avenue. The resort. Yes. The cat suit was under the dress. We'll find out. Is it 10 days or not? I can't use speculation on this one.
Somebody's wiped my computer clean.
I need the facts, man. The facts. The facts. The facts, man. The facts. The facts. Yes, it is 10 days. No, it is 14 days. Oh, well then that changes everything.
Seriously, we are the dynamic duo, don't you think?
Certainly the boy wonder.
So what have you come up with? Don't know about that. No.
This is not Zach?
No.
Because I'm assuming it's like 10.5 hours if you do it all by yourself. But I'm using this stuff. Like, it's fun, but I don't want to get stuck on this forever. So I'm kind of just using it. Did Jesse use the hints and everything too? Where's Zach? Is this Zach?
More questions? Why you gotta keep coming back with more questions? Sorry.
I don't even know who Zach is.
I don't know if this has anything to do with this trans key you're talking about, but after that 48 Pandion flew off, I circled back. I took a quick look around and saw a fresh hypo on the ground along with a few cards. I grabbed them. If you want them, just don't tell the cops I gave them to you. You think we got something that expensive here? And you know you gotta have a license to carry one, right? Look, I have one of my own. I'll give it to you. But only if you swear that it squares us up.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I'm enjoying it, but I think I want to just kind of get through it. I don't know, because the problem is I don't know when I would come back and play it again. 4 of clubs. Laser blade.
Mason, how are you today? How's everything going here at the camp? 4 clubs. 4 clubs. 4 clubs, Mason. Come on, wake up. Come on, don't be deaf, dumb, and stupid. Please, Mason, wake up. That's it. Come on.
Tex, where are we?
In a whole lot of trouble.
Is that the trans interrupter? What have you done?
Brought you back from Zombieland. These guys wiped your memory.
No, they didn't. I did!
What? Why the hell would you do that?
Oh, God. Now they can find out everything I know. How could you do this?
Oh, well, maybe because I want my memory back. Your friend said you're the only one who could help.
My friend?
Yeah, the one who came for the cryo chamber.
So he has it. The cryo chamber's safe?
Yes, he has it. So where do I get more serum? There was only 1 dose and you're safe. And what the hell's my trans key?
Margaret injected you. She's the only one who could have helped you.
Yeah, and she's dead. And I'm pretty sure her head was the main ingredient in that soup can of yours. Why'd you cut off her head?
I didn't. It was Maldonado. I don't think I could have done it.
Yeah, well, don't mince words. Because if it was your idea...
Margaret double-crossed us. She came up with her own plan, but I think we stopped her before she could give it to the translator.
You don't come across as totally insane.
She knew things, but she'd given up hope. However, some of us still believe. It wasn't fair for her to take those things to the grave. And I have the technology to tap what's inside her memories. Even after death.
Well, I stand corrected. You are insane.
You were in on it with us. We were all looking for the Tesla egg. But you're the one who found it in the wall of your apartment. I was still working from the inside, letting you all know what the translator was doing. By then, Margaret had stolen the egg and disappeared. I was afraid she switched sides, so I hired Maldonado to do surveillance on the Ritz, hoping she'd show up.
Yeah, and she did. She and that big mutant came by and injected me.
I caught up to her at the door of her apartment. All I wanted to do was talk, but she clutched her chest and collapsed. Dead before she hit the floor. Decapitation was the last resort.
So when does the abduction come in?
I called Maldonado just when the translator's henchmen arrived. Maldonado brought the cryo chamber while I created a diversion. While they were chasing me, he did the deed. Then I used the transducer on myself. We'll rendezvous with my friend. We gotta find that egg before the translator does.
All right, but let's swing by and get your wife, too, because she's been worried sick about you.
My wife? I don't have a wife.
Very good, Tex. You continually impress.
The cryo chamber. It holds your answers. Don't let him find it.
Walking with his hands in his pockets.
Welcome back, Tex. You certainly have a gift for making things interesting.
Yeah, it's a gift that just keeps on giving.
I assume you have no idea who we are.
Well, let me just save some time here. I have no memory of you or anything else since this bastard here shot me and my girlfriend 7 years ago.
Yes. Margaret made sure of that, didn't she? Willing to die just to keep you out of the equation, undermining me at every turn, right up until the end.
I need to know one thing. Did you kill Chelsea?
You could say that.
Don't move.
It's a long story, Tex. Maybe some other time.
Just tell me what happened to Chelsea.
Dalton, would you please answer Tex's question?
My pleasure. We'd stolen your speeder, of course. After I sedated you and Chelsea, you were taken to a place where we could search your memories for leads to Margaret Leonard's whereabouts. When that failed, I staged Chelsea's death, attempting to draw Leonard out of hiding. We left identifiable DNA inside your burned-out speeder.
Which, incidentally, was uninsured.
Leonard didn't fall for it, unfortunately. Eventually, we let Chelsea go, and I never saw her again.
This was all before I returned. I've never seen Chelsea.
I haven't seen her either. As far as you know.
And you are?
I am the translator.
Is translating your profession or a hobby?
It is my mission and my destiny.
Well, I guess that makes 1,000,002 questions that I have. Everything would be a lot easier if you just unlocked my memory.
I would if I could, Tex, believe me. Unfortunately, Margaret took your trance key to her grave.
What? I'm supposed to believe that I'm on your guys' side for whatever's going on here?
That's right. We're all in this together.
We united in a common goal. It was a goal Margaret and I used to share many years ago. But she lost hope after I died.
You're Joe Hansen? Margaret Leonard's husband? The FBI agent who stole the Tesla cash?
I am. And I did. But when I learned what we'd taken from Tesla and buried in our vaults, what amazing technologies he had to offer the world, it became my dream to complete his work. But then I was diagnosed with terminal cancer. I had little time left, so we decided that I should be preserved in a cryogenic state in hopes that a cure could be found someday.
But now you're here alive again, so who's the one who brought you back?
Margaret refused. She said it wasn't safe yet. I tried to pressure her, and she disappeared.
In the end, it was Mason who completed the reanimation.
What was it like?
Indescribable. I saw eternity. And I returned with a renewed sense of purpose. I finally saw the true vision of Tesla's work.
So if Mason brought you back, Why did he turn against you?
Margaret can be very persuasive. I think she convinced Mason that my work was too risky. But she couldn't convince you, Tex.
I'm a little lost here. Why do you need me?
Margaret held one last piece of the puzzle. The Tesla egg. It is the nucleus of the atom. Without it, the spirit radio has little effect. But with it, the veil between living and dead will vanish. And we will all exist within the immortal coil. We have work to do. You're free to go, Tex.
These guys must be playing some kind of mind trick on me. This has got to be a setup of some kind.
Tex, buddy, I'm afraid I haven't been totally straight with you. Over the last 7 years, you have become a lying, womanizing, timing cutthroat who plays both sides against the middle for money, and is partners with the gentleman who just left the room. I thought you could just walk away from the person you'd become, but I see that fate may have something else in mind.
After I returned from Cézanne, I called Alt to tell him Mason Bowers had taken a 40-foot leap. The guy was so broken up, he hung up the phone. I'm not sure if Bowers' death ended Alt's interest in this whole sorry mess, but my gut tells me I'll need his help if I'm ever going to solve this case. I decided to visit Saint Germain to find more information about the Tesla egg.
So, how goes the investigation? I don't suppose you have any news regarding that egg we talked about?
Well, everybody's talking about the Tesla egg, but I think I've got a lead on it.
Ah, the egg of Columbus, the copper egg. Unveiled by Tesla at the Chicago World's Fair in 1893, it was the very heart of a small prototype that, some say, would become his most notorious invention.
But you seem underwhelmed, and that's not good.
You know the story of Tunguska?
Well, I do now.
If you believe, as many do, that the Tunguska explosion was caused by the Tesla death ray, and you believe that the Tesla egg is a core component of the death ray, well, then the egg would be of immense fortune. Tell me, what do you believe, Mr. Murphy?
I believe you know a lot more than you're telling me.
Are you familiar with Paradise Lost?
Isn't that one of those resorts for swingers?
Paradise Lost is a poem about the great divide in heaven when Lucifer was cast out. After his banishment, Lucifer swore revenge and created an army of his own. He and his followers waited in darkness for their chance to strike back at the god who cast them out. After a 3-day battle against the faithful angels, the forces of evil were banished from heaven for all eternity.
Oh, I like it when the good guys win.
Yes. But what if the war were not over? What if Lucifer had not been defeated but lay in wait, preparing for his chance to overthrow heaven?
Well, debating hypothetical fairy tales is a little nerdy for me.
Look at the world around you. Did heaven win the battle? Man has created hell on earth. And the longer man exists, the further he descends from the wisdom and discernment needed to overcome the darkness. At his core, he is a grasping, clawing, foolish creature, willing to commit any sin to appease his base and greedy nature.
I thought I was jaded. You really think we're as bad as all that?
There are still some who give me hope. You, I'm not sure about. Your role, whether for good or evil, has yet to be determined.